What's up, y'all? I want to make another video talking about one of my favorite video games of all time. One of my favorite video games. It's not the number one favorite video game, but it's just one of them. But this game right here, this is one of the best video games I've ever played, man. Like it's very old. It came out I think in 2006. Um, it's a very good game. Um, it's called Okami. This game right here. It's called Okami for the PlayStation 2. This was a very good game, y'all. Like seriously. Um, it was basically a game about you playing as a wolf, as a female wolf named Amaterasu. Well, actually, she has multiple names. She goes by the name Amaterasu and also Shiranai. That was her. I think that was her original name before she got reincarnated. But basically the game is about you playing as a wolf, and at the start of the game you're actually reborn because in the past, you was once, you know, a very powerful god. Like this wolf is actually a god. Is the 13 one of the 13 gods. There's 13 gods in the game, and it's actually like 13 brush techniques because in the game you have the ability where you can use different brush techniques. For example, you can, like, if you like in the game you can actually draw things and they'll come to life. Like if you draw a circle, you can create the sun, which that's what the main character of the game is. The wolf, she's actually a sun god, so she can actually draw the sun, draw a circle in the sky and make the sun. And then you can also make the moon, make a like a little like a half of a circle, make the moon. um you can do a lot of things. You can make fire, make wind. It's like all the elements. It's just a really good game, man. Like it's 13 gods, and I might not be explaining this very clearly, because the story is very convoluted, so it's hard for me to really explain it. In a I'm just gonna try to explain it the best way I can, y'all. Just bear with me. But basically, um, you have this wolf named Amaterasu, and you going on adventures trying to find all the 13 brush techniques because in the past, um, well, actually, let me try to talk about what happened, in the past. So basically, Amaterasu was with her companion named Sasano, and they was basically, Sasano was like this powerful warrior, and they was venturing off, going on adventures and everything, and Amaterasu was his companion, and they was actually, they came to uh, um there was a time where they had to fight against this demon named Orochi. He's like a eight-headed demon monster. It's like some kind of snake monster, and they had to fight him. And Orochi actually killed the wolf, and the wolf died. And then Susanoo, he had to live with that shame of losing Shiranai. So later on in the game, well, this is actually the prologue to the game. I'm actually talking about the prologue. And so when the game starts off, you being reborn by this girl named Sakuya. She's like some kind of princess, and she actually um I know I'm not explaining this good. I know I'm not explaining this really well, but I'm just trying to explain it as the best way I can. Um so anyway, the girl, she brings the wolf back to life, and he's reborn. But in the process of bringing her back to life, she lost all her powers. Like all her powers that she once had before in the past, they all disappeared. So now in the game, And now in the game, the goal of the game is you have to find all the 13 brush techniques, because she learned all 13. So once she learns all 13 brush techniques, she'll become, a powerful god again. So she's still a god. She's still considered a god, but she's just not as powerful as she used to be in the past. So the game is about you and another companion named Eason. You all venture off and find the 13 brush techniques, and while you're on your adventures and everything, you come across a lot of enemies, a lot of villains. There's a lot of boss fights in this game, a lot of them. This game has a lot of good battles, good fights. You know, you can actually use your brush techniques to fight against enemies too. Cause like if you draw like a line going across an enemy, like if you draw a line going across the enemy's body, you can actually create like a slash attack. You know, like you can actually cut the enemies in half. It's really fun. You know, this game came out in 2006. It's for the PS2, as you can see, and this game is actually still good, man. Like I haven't played it in a while, but I'm gonna actually play this game soon again, because I haven't played this game in a couple years. This game was really good. It was so good that they re-released it on the Wii, on the Nintendo Wii. And I don't have a Nintendo Wii. I never did, but I heard it was even better on the Wii. The Wii version was even better than the PS2 version, because you can actually use the Wii remote to draw stuff. You know, like you can actually use the Wii remote to like use it as a paintbrush to draw. Cause like whatever you draw in the game, it actually comes to life. Well, not everything, but I mean, there is a limit to what you can do in the game as far as like drawing and everything. But for the most part, a lot of the things that you draw can come to life. And what else? And also in the game, when you do a lot of good things for people in the game, cause you playing as this wolf, like I said, name is Amaterasu. When you do a lot of good things for people, you actually get praised for it. Like you actually get like these points where, like, if you do a lot of good things for people, like a lot of side quests and stuff, you actually get like praised. And when you get praised, you get like all these points and stuff. And when you get all these points, you can actually buy powerful items and stuff, and powerful weapons. There's a lot of weapons in this game. You got like a lot of like shields, swords. This game is really interesting. Like this game is based off of Japanese folklore, I think. It's a Japanese style game. Like they made the game like out of like a comic book or something, like a drawing. Like it's very interesting. The graphics are very different from a lot of other games. You know, this game is really fun. It's really fun. Um, it came out, like I said, it came out in 2006, and I think this was the last PS2 game I bought. Um, yeah, man, this game is really fun. And you see, like, to see the sun. She's the sun god. That represents the sun, the red circle, and like she has that little shield on her back. At first I actually thought that I actually thought that she was a male wolf, but I looked up, I did some research and found out that it was a female instead of a male. But I don't think I explained the story very well, but I did the best I could. But as far as the gameplay is really fun. Like I said, the game is very long. Also, like it's very long. It has a lot of good boss fights. Oh, and the soundtrack. Oh my God, the music in this game is just phenomenal. Like the music in this game is so good. Like, yo, the music in this game is really. When I say it's good, it is good. They have a lot of relaxing music. There's a lot of the music is just really good, man. It's really good. It's really good. And the story is good, and also there's no voice acting in this game. No voice acting. So when the characters talk, they sound like woo, 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 they sound like that. So like you really have to just read the subtitles. Like you have to read what they say, cause there's no voice acting in the game at all. Like no character in this game actually. You can't actually hear nobody talk in this game. All you have to do is read subtitles. That's it. And I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I can read. I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with that. But it would have been better if they had, added voices in the game. This is the first game I ever played where is no voice acting. Like it's no voice acting whatsoever. But I mean, like I said, it's all good, you know. It's all good. But yeah, man, this game is a classic, man. Okami, it's a classic right here. This is a true classic. But it was developed by Capcom, the same people that made Street Fighter. And the main character you see here, Amaterasu, she was actually in a fighting game called what was it called? It was a fighting game that had all the Marvel characters against the Capcom characters. What was it called? Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. She was actually in that game, and that game is fun too. I have that also. But yeah, man, Okami is a really really good game. You know, and one of the best games of all time for me. Um, but yeah, y'all. That's pretty much it. And thank you all for watching. Peace.